That's a lot of damage!
Hello, Godek. How are you doing? Thanks for the raid. How you doing, Godek? It's a bee, but it's a bee dead. Why the bee dead? Oh, why? Oh no, not overeating. That's bad. Hello, hello. There we go. Now to wait for the people. Hello, Lentor. Hello, Cyper. Lentor is a noble baron and Cyper is a noble patrician. A patrician of the coast. Lentor, you're back into the barons. Guessing it's because you weren't them yesterday. That's right. Hey, Godek is in the count of the coast of the east. I mean. This is what you look like, Cyper. Godek. Count Godek of resonance. I think you are in the same place as well. Baron Mentor. Barons of the March. Yeah. Hello, Big Cheese. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us, and you looks like you are going to be a Count of the East. Alright. Gonna wait a bit to see if there's more people joining us. The bee went on the floor again. Alright. Let's begin for now, and we're going to wait for more people to join at the same time as we go. Okay. So, as it starts out, the treasury is at 4,150 as it was yesterday. Our stability is at 6, our authority is at 6. Everyone's trade is high, everyone's farming is high, the military is pretty high as well. Everything is pretty high, to be honest, except for the patrician, because patrician yesterday had kind of a problem, but overall I think the stability of the kingdom is pretty well assured. The king went well and his dynasty is continuing. We'll see what happens this time around with his how do you say that in English? His hair is going to do. All right. The coronation. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your parent, but now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the Council will decide what happens. I'd like to see some economic growth over this reign. I mean, the economy is going pretty well at the moment, but I'll try my best. Let's get this over with. Should I get changed into my waterproof robes then? Because last time, yesterday, when we played, I fell off the shield and into the puddle, so into a puddle of water, so that's why the choice is, should I get changed into my waterproof robes then? It may be for the best, Your Majesty. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, so like yesterday, we're going to have some voting to do in order to do the coronation. So start voting now. The first one, host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountain of wines. B, proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the nymph's god. Or C, throw the monarch into the river. Or, outdated tradition, there's no need for a coronation at all. Alright, looks like there won't be any coronation. It is decided there will be no coronation. Authority went down. What? But I was looking for. But. The nobles have spoken. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. Maybe you could put your crown on in front of a mirror and pretend. The lack of coronation bewilders the common folk, most of whom won't see your face or name until the new coins are mint. Not my peasants! The path to victory. Your Majesty, you have some big books to fill in, and with your parents out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Okay, so yesterday we did as a peacekeeper, and we managed to do that. This time, I want to be remembered as a conqueror. A warrior monarch is sure to be remembered fondly if they win more battles than they lose. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. So while his parent was a peacemaker and a man of the people, Lin II won't be as such. Know that you're the monarch. The first his duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Introduce yourself to the Count of the East. Count Gothic Redolence. I'm honored to finally make your acquaintance, Your Majesty. I was dismayed to hear of your parents' passing. Introduce yourself to the Patrician of the Coast. Noble Patrician Reese Cyber. A pleasure, Your Serene Highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And introduce yourself as the parent of the march. Hail and well met, my liege. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, And with that, the introduction are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voice as the nobles argue. Is this what your parent fought so hard for? And with that, the first season end. No coronation. Sibyl of the Lentor bloodline, powerful marcher equestrian, stand before a blazing hearth, yelling at full volume. When have the barons of the march backed down from a fight? Never! I know you will do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful... Oh, it's a queen, okay. Queen on the throne! What schemes should the baron pursue to overthrow the new monarch and place their preferred Clement, Sibyl, on the throne? A doppelganger, a propaganda, or gunpowder? Last time gunpowder went backfired into the barons. A doppelganger, okay. The voting has closed. The barons voted for a doppelganger to replace the crown. For a perfect doppelganger, first they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the baron must keep defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. Dominic of the Re-Cyper family, infamous coastal elder, scribbled with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, explaining in measured prose. Fellow patrician of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of the monarch Lin II. Something must be done. How will the patrician of the coast try to scheme against the throne? A subterfuge? An uprising, or a monopoly? You can vote by typing !vote with the letter that you want to try out, by the way, Cyber. With a monopoly. The patrician plan to privatize the entire damn kingdom. First, they must build up their industry. To advance their scheme, the patrician must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. And finally, Zavok of the Big Cheese Dynasty and famous Eastern prodigy leans delicately on a podium, citing, "My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false monarch Lin II wears the crown." What scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the new monarch and place their preferred claimant, Zavok, on the throne? Sorcery, intimidation, or ascension? By ascension, it has been decided. The counts plan to induct the monarch into their secret cult and offer them immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance their scheme, the count must lower their fate to 4 or less in 3 seasons, which is already done. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their regent preferred claimant. Doubling down on the ascension scheme, yeah. By royal decree, you can tweak the law governing the council vote. Okay, so the nobles vote for the monarch choice gain 500 personal wealth. The monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain +1 authority. How noble choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. Let's go with the monarch's golden choice so people can increase their own wealth if they go alongside me. Okay, so for this season, we've got an event in the March, in the East, and at the capital. We'll start at the capital with the Honor Guard. As is tradition, each region offers a select of elite guards to count with Knights of the Order of the Drawn Rose. The Patrician with champions gladiators from the arena, and the Browns offer a squad of battle-armed veteran soldiers. Unfortunately, we can recruit the Marchers veteran. There's been a major scandal. Some of them were making up their military record. The medals were made of tin, and the scars were made of farming accident. Okay? They won't come to the capital until this blow is over. You'll need to pick someone else. Okay, so... already... What? I wanted to get the barons, but they made it back. Okay. So the Order of the Rose, those were the guards from the last kingdom. Those were the honor guards from Lin the First. The gladiators. They're good at chopping people, but they are more loyal to coins than to me. And foreigners, mercenaries, which will increase the... Okay, so... I made my decision. And... if I do get mercenaries, it will get... the Defiance changed. Okay. We have the treasury for it, but I think I'd rather keep the gold to try and increase the economy itself. We went with the Eastern Knight last time, so for this time we're going to go with the Coastal Gladiator. I'll make the arrangements at once. The Defiance is now grumbling in the east and the march, but the coast is now cordial. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women's underdressed, eager to show off their body as much as their weaponry. They gather behind the throne and begin oiling themselves up. Okay, sure. Alright, let's go see the march. A thief! Your Majesty, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, noble patrician Rhys Cyper shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. Cyper? Death below nonsense! Rummage through your drawers, and I'm sure you'll find a thing. Your Majesty, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Rhys Cyper's ancestor left my ancestor penniless after a cutthroat dice game. Please, being a bad gambler is hardly ingredients. Lentor, Cyper, I thought you guys were like brothers. Enough. I know Rhys Cyper stole my priceless ring. It brings the March great luck and bounty, and my dear niece is to wear it when she marries. What should the council vote for? Send the Chancellor to the coast to investigate? Arrest noble patrician Rhys Cyper immediately? And find out more if brothers fight. Leave the squabbling nobles to deal with the situation themselves. Personally, I think I'd rather send the Chancellor to the coast to investigate. Because it might be something, but who knows? Even Lendor's like, okay, go investigate. Post the cheater. Alright, so we will be sending a Chancellor to be checking out the accusation. Lentor thanks you profusely, but the patricians are furious that the accusations are being taken seriously. You ordered the Chancellor to search Rhys Cyper's home for the special ring. Goodness me! I do enjoy tales about such mysteries. I shall do my best. Alright, we'll know about this later on. And last event of the season, temptation to vote C was real, but yeah, no money. Grim tiding, your majesty. A meddling wizard has set up a shop in Kalstov. I believe it is Gordius, the stone poacher. Tell me more about this wizard. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the church. Even the High Inquisitor will not dare move against them openly. Gordius has dominion over rock and metal and stone, and the deep place of Celeste Earth. He spot out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Drove of unwashed, glory-seeking peasants from all over the East are lining up for the chance. Not just peasants. I, Lentor, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those peasants are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. Oh, okay. Lentor is in for the big load. You cannot put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. We can't let this go ahead. To have a potential wizard on the council will present a clear and dangerous conflict of interest. A conflict of interest? How? Wizards answers only to themselves. Their power is unmatched, such that entire kingdoms cannot stand against them. Even an apprentice on the council will be disastrous. Baron Lentor could use magic to interfere with the votes, or you, for that matters. Then we shall ascend the council. Thank you, your highness. How will this go about down? Will we allow Baron Lentor to become Gordius' apprentice? Do we require the forfeit the noble title in order to become an apprentice? Or do we forbid him to be traveling to Goldstove? So, let's see. If we allow him, I'm guessing the defiance will go down for the barons, but up for the other regions. If we require the forfeit the noble title to go and become a wizard, it will increase the treasury of the kingdom. And if we forbid them, it will probably increase the defiance for the barons and decrease it for the other regions. The vote is in sessions. The voting has been decided. It will be forbid to Lentor to go and travel to Kalstov. Thank you, Your Majesty, but for not bowing to this powering fool. Now, if you will excuse me, I must deal with this troublesome wizard. Defiance is now aloof in the east, and the Defiance is insolent in the march. So a noble can't even enter into a years-long blood pact to become a all-powerful demigod without concealed approval. Whatever happened to so-called freedom? Gordia's presence in Galstov attracts all sort of visitors. Through the power of his Latin magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. The farming went down, but the trade went up in the east. And with that, this is all for this season. Summer is over. Now, nobles, it is time to vote for which construction you would like to go up in your countries or other places. Don't forget to use your personal wealth to vote for such things. For a patrician, you can either build a grand bazaar or a prison, which will be the grand bazaar will increase your trade, while the prison will decrease the stability. For counts, a fortress which increase military, or an observatory that will decrease the fate. And for the barons, you can either go for a monument which will increase authority, or a team guild which will decrease the trade of your region. The auction starts now. You have to input the money after the letter, Cyber. So it's vote E with the founds. And you try to outbid the others to have your building built. So if two of the region have more than what you have put, yeah, you know what I mean. Exclamation point found. And then the money. Alright, so it has been decided with the founds of the nobles that the building that will be found are the military fortress for the east and a grand bazaar in the patricians. It is autumn now. And we've got two events, one in the march and one in the coast. A namesake returns. Your Majesty, you might recall that your predecessor, Lin, allowed a child from the march to take their name. Lin was always was sentimental. It was a rather nice gesture, I would say. In any case, we have had words from the march that this child has reached adulthood. What are they up to? Young Lin has become a noble's bard, traveling across the kingdom, but they are quite the rebel rouser. Apparently, they have been stirring up discontent against the royal line. I wonder if it will be wise to curb their activity. Let them sing, it's a free king. Okay, so what will the council vote for? We have to set a law about it. Will you let the bard sing across the kingdom, which will decrease the authority but increase the trade? Pass a law making it harder for bards to travel from town to town, which will increase the authority but decrease the stability. Invite that bard to play at the palace in return for toning it down, which will decrease the treasury but increase the stability. Personally, I think it will be nice to have him close by rather than wandering around. So I will put my choice here and let you nobles decide. It has been decided then. We will invite the bard in the palace to sing his song. Lindebard is not immune to the allure of gold and jumps at the proposition. You have them play and sing at the palace for various court functions. As their popularity soars, so does your own. With the help of the people and the kingdom, we will make our territories greater. Your Majesty, I found Baron Lentor's ring, but the situation is delicate. Noble patrician Reese Cyper nephew has it, because Lentor's niece used it to propose to him. My guardian, Reese Cyper, doesn't understand true love. My dear Juliet and I are meant to be together. Further not. Oh. All we want is quiet life, a little garden, a flock of geese, 20 acres of land or so. No one knows about this romance yet, but tensions are high. Both regions are using the food to fuel a full-on rivalry between barons and patricians. Perhaps I'm short-sighted, but I can't help feeling for this young couple. Is there a way that we could resolve this peacefully? They are on to our secret romance. Oh my god, she's even called Juliet. Yep. You know what? I will publicly bless the couple. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Cope in 4K. Oi, cheers, your highness. In the march that it is mutinous in the defiance. The coast defiance is aggrieved. You're formally blessed in the upcoming marriage of Juliet and Marcel. Both barons and patricians are outraged, claiming that you have disrespected their century-long flirting tradition. As wedding preparation began, the story of love-struck couple catches the imagination of the martyr peasants, who worked together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. The stability went up, and the farming is now abundant in the march. Alright, overall it went pretty well, except for the defiance, but the barons have a lot of work to do to be able to get that down. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding an eligible candidate. What is your preference? Any. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out a messenger to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. And that's it for the OTAN. It is now time to seek out the taxes. Yeah. I will be lenient on the patrician because they have a little problem in money in their trades, so to help out the country a little. This side of the country. I will, however, increase it for the counts. Because we still need to make some money after all. Or actually, you know what? We can just let it like this and make a little bit of money. So yeah. You can be mean to me, there's only one of me. Then it's cruel taxes! Nah, we'll keep it neutral for this time. We'll increase the treasury a little bit of the kingdom. Okay, so Wizard Trouble in the east and the Happy Couple in the march, alongside the eligible options in the capital. I found the potential matches for you. One eligible young candidate from each kingdom. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. What if I don't want to marry any of them? That's a result I can wait until after you've seen them, isn't it? The chancellor leads you to the Great Hall where they have arranged 3 portraits on an easel. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see the eligible candidates. Get my defiance to 10 for science. For science it will be. The Whisker with the cloth for the first portrait. This is Colden, the eldest son of the Eastern Gothic Resonance dynasty. Apparently, they have a hell of a time getting him to smile for this portrait. He bought a controlling interest in a silver mine in the East and made a killing. Half of the East are in love with him, apparently, and the other half hate him. It's an intriguing candidate. From the coast, we have Leon, the wealthy heir to noble patrician Reese Cyber estate. Oh, we could make our families go together, Cyber. To be frank, we only need to lower stability by 2 for you to start a rebellion at the moment. And apparently they have got a silver tongue too. Their interests are typical to the coast. Money, 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 and making more money. They're said to be led by their passion, living in the moment with no thought of their reputation. I like the sound of them. And finally, we have March Offering, Elimin, scion of the prestigious Lentor's bloodline. A typical baroness, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the Baron, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow. Oh, and she's not popular with the peasantry. Something about her sets their teeth on edge. Okay. That sounds like a laugh. I've made my decision. I want to reduce the patrician defiance. So I'm leaning toward Leon. You married the coast last time though. Yeah, that's true. You know what? I refuse to marry any of them. Without a marriage, you're alone. No alliance, no support. Not to mention an insult to most powerful families in the kingdom. What possible reason could you have for choosing not to marry? My heart already belongs to another, a low-born commoner. I want to live a life of chastity in honor to the nymph god. That could be good to increase the faith. And if I want to go to war... But I want to continue my dynasty, so I want an heir. You know what? Lowborn it is. Oh, how romantic. The nobles will hate you for it, unfortunately. Good luck the days ahead. You will need it. Defiance is now mutinous in the coast. It is furious in the march, and it is grumbling in the east, with the stability of the kingdom going down. And we got an achievement. We got ready to kindle. You choose to remain single. No. Wait, what? You choose to remain single through your reign. I'm not single. I'm with the... The happy couple in the march. To war. Your Majesty, the couple from the march and the coast are here to speak to the conceal. Oh, Your Majesty. You have brought us so much joy. I cannot believe I finally get to be with my dear Marcel. But it's not all good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together. Enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other and a few adorable animals. And the wedding will be tiny. 300-400 people at most. But of course Lentor and Reese Cyber refuse to give us anything. Please, Your Majesty, help us just once more. What should the council vote for? Well, you should have gotten the... below your station achievement. Yeah. Lentor should give the couple some archers' lands. So this will reduce... this will increase the defiance. Reduce the money for Lentor. Increase the trade of the march, as well as increase the farming for the march. If the marching coast don't like it, then go east. Hey, that's right. There's also that we can do, and it increased the wealth. Huh? Yeah. The couple should forge their own path in the east if they both don't want them. Alright, unanimous voting for the East. Oh my god. I'm gonna have both war on each side. Few nobles want their relation to become humble farmers, especially if it's because of a well-willed romance with someone of a rival lineage. Neither the barons nor the patricians are happy. Defiance is now enraged in the march and furious in the coast. But the counts welcome them eagerly, even giving them some scrubby land to live on. It turns out that the lovers have a knack for wilderness life, help along with the lucky ring, and they quickly cultivate a thriving farming that brings prosperity to the area. The farming is now cornucopia in the east. Some counts' wealth has increased as well. Juliet and Marcel even named their first child after the monarch. Little Lynn II grows up peacefully in the country, far away from the feuding families. Wait, that doesn't make any sense! Why did you do that? Why did you name him Lynn II? That doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be Lynn, period. Alright, what's troubling the East? A wizard. More trouble in Kalstov, Your Grace. Ever since the stone-twisted monster Gordias took up residence there, the train is apprenticed, the surrounding fields have withered. The soil is turning to stone, and a number of peasants have been struck with leprosies. Oh. We can't do anything about this or leave them alone. Why will he do such a thing? Wizards are so perfect that they are surrounded by cursed ambient magic. If they stay in one place too long, it seeps into the soil and citizens alike. My first time playing, I don't know. I'll surprise you guys. And they all know this. By squatting in Kalstov, Gordias is willingly endangering the East. I'll assemble the conceal. Thank you, Your Grace. What should be done about the wizard? Should we assemble a militia to push him out? Should we compensate the Count for their loss and abandon Kalstov? Give Kalstov Gordias permanently? Or let Gordias continue as he wishes? The vote is now in session. Well, if you don't, we can crush the monarch together. But then and increase our trade particularly. No, not my treasury! I will remember this! Oh. Yes! Thank you, Lentor, thank you, Cypher! I can choose this one, haha! The treasury will be going up! We give Kalstov to Gordias permanently. Oh my god! The defiance went up by 4! That wasn't expected! You can't be serious! What about all the people living there? As a general, most of them moved away. The ones that stay ends up as test subject for Gordias and his apprentice. Fate experiment becomes the leading cause of death in the area. Welcome to Angry Club Boys. Some count's wealth has increased. Hey! Your money increased. You should be happy. No! Most people moved away anyway. Well, I suppose it's only a few hundred serf, and I hear Gordias is making remarkable progress. See, Defiance went down! You see, it's not that bad! Well, I did say I wanted war as the goal of the monarch. I think he's doing a pretty damn well job on that. End of the season. In a tiny village far to the east, two count meets in the derelict tavern. No one dares even glance in their direction. Another priest left my estate today. He said there was no sense preaching to the truly lost. I've heard the same occur as the east. We are no longer trapped under the cursed tomb. No, we must not falter. If the monarch grows proud, we can offer them the ultimate reward, immortality. It was more a small town, and I suppose our farming can most likely take it. For the next stage of the scheme, the Count must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons, which is already done. By royal decree, we can tweak the law. The monarch can mark the preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain 1 authority. I will adopt all nobles choose to vote is hidden. After voting, nobles can change their mind. I will take this one and get this one out. Continue to the rebellion. Oh! 1 or more regions are able to rebel as their defiance stat is higher than both authority and stability. If the rebels get victory points, then the loyalists more points than the loyalists, they will win the game. If the loyalists get more victory points than the rebel, they'll put down the rebellion and continue the game. If multiple regions were rebels and win, a vote between the 2 rebelling regions with the highest stats will determine the successor. Important, rebelling regions have their scheme paused. Regions with a high military stats are more likely to overthrow the monarch with a rebellion. If stability and authority or treasury hit 0, the rebels will win the war. Okay, so we've got the barons of the march that are on the verge of rebellion. The count and the patrician cannot start a rebellion yet. Defiance is too high, and 1 or more region is considering rebellion. Rebellion will stop the region from advancing their scheme, and they can't be taxed or take part in normal votes. So for now, the loyalists are still here, but we have no rebels for now. But it is an option for the barons. Barons may vote to rebel by typing !rebels. A lot of money and a lot of defiance. I smell some bribe and tax breaks. I don't see what you're talking about. Trouble, Holy Mender. It does sound like it's time for a tax rebate. Noble Patrician Re-Cyper. Death below. This is not to be borne. Noble Patrician Re-Cyper brandish a crumble hat. Is it supposed to mean a hat? Oh, thank you. I think that's mine. Hey! This was left on the edge of my estate by a group of counts on holiday, along with a huge number of empty bottles of wine. They scattered picnic baskets everywhere and trampled my crops and sat around a bonfire all night. My horses were terrified. Now I know the culprit was Count Big Cheese and their dissolute idle friends. We are just enjoying our prosperity and taking a break. Those clear skies, the shining sun, what a nice change from the heat. You should be flattered that we are so eager to visit. Flattered? Death below! When the counts come to our lands, all they do is cause troubles and destructions. What should be done about this? No more holidays in the coast? The holidays can continue, but the count must pay the patrician a generous sum. Carry on as usual, noble patrician Re-Cyper is angry over nothing, or encourage the counts to holiday in the march instead. So, let's see. The march supports all military intervention in this matter. So, the holiday can continue, but the count must pay the patrician a generous sum. I think this would be the better. But at the same time, it will probably increase the defiance for the count and decrease it for the patrician. There is no option that will make the defiance go down for both, so I just need to be careful with patrician. I think the best one will be the holiday can continue, but the count must pay the patrician a generous sum. The votes are not in session. Alright, voting has closed. It has been decided. The counts needs to pay for when they go visit the land. The Lord of Coins quickly override the patrician principal count, flock to the coast for week-long banquets and scandalous parties. Defiance is increased, the defiance is decreased, some count wealth has increased, and some patrician wealth has increased. I'm cutting my loss. Shutting me in rebellion good counts. Not yet. Merchant and cooks, and you have not voted for to rebel yet. Sorry. So you can say you're a rebel. Merchant and cooks alike prosper. Coastal delicacy become famous. There's a big booming trade in hangover cures. Yes, there's a lot of cleaning up to do afterward, but that's a problem for later. The trade is now prosperous in the coast. Alright, the expedition returns! That's right, last time our father sent an expedition. Your Majesty, most excellent news! The expedition that your predecessor Monarch Lin sent to Kura has finally returned, and they have brought a boat full of riches with them. Riches? What kind? A crate full of dazzling gold coin is wheeled into the room. Strange emblems from long-forgotten kingdoms are carved on their face. There are more than 20 of those crates, Your Majesty. More gold than our treasury has ever seen. What's the catch? I'm not sure what you mean, Your Highness. It's gold. Free gold. What's there to worry about? Where did they find all this? In the vault beneath an ancient castle, so they say. Castle made entirely of brilliant white stone and larger than all of our castle in the kingdom combined. Fill up the vault. Let's party. You have the gold carted into the vault and throw a great celebration honoring the sailor who brought it to you. Your celebration is short-lived, however. Next morning, the vault is all but empty. The new gold has vanished into the air along with all goods. What? No! Oh god. Oh, the horror! The gold! It must have been cursed! What's left of your trove is tarnished and shriveled. All is decaying with some arcane sickness. The treasurer is soon weeping openly at the loss. What? Oh my god! Ah! It's near impossible to sneak out of the palace at night. The palace watch keeps catching you and dragging you back to bedroom. But tonight you manage to bundle up in the dark cloak, a hood, and you head out to the capital's market district. Your true love is waiting for you on the bridge. Your love name is... Oh, Jane. She rushes into your arms and presses her mouth to yours. It's a while before anything needs to be said aloud. My love, it's been months since we last saw each other like this. Every night I dreamt of you. This from Valve be fucked, yeah. And I of you. But why did it take so long? When I come here alone, I'm putting myself at risk. The palace watch realized I was sneaking out. Duties to the realm, you understand. When I come the palace watch realized I was sneaking out. It must be such a hardship to be ruler of the entire kingdom, Your Majesty. She can't get through to those last two words without breaking into laughter. What happened to the brash young princess who snuck out of the palace so they could see the real world? That was when we met the love of your life, in case you forgot. We were so young. We were so young. We still are. You just need to relax. The crown is heavy as a whole kingdom. You should take it off once in a while. Why don't we head back to your place? You and Jane return to her tiny cottage and spend the night together. As usual, you must sneak back into the palace at dawn, but before you leave, she catches your arm. I'm tired of waiting, my love. I can't live with this. We need to get married in the eye of the ninth god for all to see. The noble will never stand for it. Let's get married. We can't just keep seeking each other. Let's get married. Thank you, my love. Oh, this is exciting. I can't wait. You put your hood and sneak back to the palace. Okay. End the season. Deep in the march, the Baron Lentor has gone boar hunting with a few of their close friends. What a bloody disaster of a year! We are clashing with the monarch on a daily basis. The spymaster will never trust us at this rate. Oh, how goes the search for a look-alike? Not well. The best I've found is a peasant with the wrong-shaped nose, the wrong-colored eye, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it. The Barons aim to lower the defiance to 4 or less. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their last test scheme. The coastal economy is strong. What do we do with all of this coin? Some patrician wealth has increased. Time to start buying things, my friend. Land, roads, bridges. We'll buy up the whole kingdom, piece by piece. But first, the monarch must be in desperate need of our gold. Their the patrician must lower the treasury to mine. Well, that's already done. Okay. Continue to the rebellion report. Need for a loan, Your Majesty. Alright. So, bankruptcy looms. Oh no. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. What do you suggest we do? Apart from raising taxes, we have a precious few options. You could get a bank loan or sell off the crown jewels. Or perhaps crack open some of the predecessor tombs. Both were buried with piles of gold, of so I heard. Take FT loans from Sylvan and Gold Bank. Reduce the authority. I own the Royal Mint, don't I? Make more coins, which will increase the treasury. Sell off some of the royal jewelry to wealthier noble, which will decrease the wealth, but increase the treasury. I don't like I own the mint, don't I make more coins? That's a bad decision. Time to crack open some tombs, which would increase the defiance, which is not something I want, so... Alright, let's sell off some of the royal jewelries to the nobles. You auction off dozen of necklaces, 5 gold rings, and a jewel scepter to the nobles. It is a humiliating affair. Setting off symbols of power makes you look weak and desperate. The authority went down. But, oh, look at this tiara. Fetching, isn't it? Don't mind if I do. No, noble patricianry Cypher wealth has decreased, but then the treasury went up. Yes, thank you Cypher for buying the tiara. Hey, check out this scepter. It's like I'm the monarch. Thank you, thank you. Alright, well at least the money went up a little. Arranging a wedding and a new plague. Your Majesty, the Heath has been struck with plague, and not just any plague, a dancing plague. Why are you not dancing then? I have not been infected yet, of course, otherwise I would not be here to risk it spreading to Your Majesty. It affects everyone, even dogs and cats. We don't know how it started, but it's spreading quickly. Whole village are dancing themselves half to death. What? What should we be done about the dancing plague that has gripped the East? Quarantine the affected village, which will decrease the trade. Pass a law that forbids dancing, which will increase the authority, decrease the stability, and increase the defiance. Let it be. How bad is dancing going anyway? Alright, we'll... If you want money, quarantine the affected village. Salsa zombies. The votes are in session. It has been decided then. We will quarantine the village that has been gripped with the disease. Though the move seems drastic to some, it is the only way to ensure this plague does not become a serious problem. The Count agrees to enforce your quarantine. Only time will tell if it's an effective solution or not. Alright, and arranging a wedding. Your Majesty, your insistence on marrying this commoner girl is most unwise. If you proceed, it will be against the recommendation of all your advisor. I understand that. Very well. In that case, I suppose all that remains is to make the announcement. Make the announcement in a public speech to the common folk. Gather the nobles and tell them in private. Deliver wedding invites to the nobles with extravagant gifts. Make the announcement in the public speech for the common folk. Oh my god! Oh. Well, the stability went up at least. So no one can rebel yet. When you deliver the news to the masses, they raise their voice in a cheer so loud it shakes the podium. It's a fairy tale romance and the common folk loves it. The nobles on the other hand are furious, especially because you refuse to even tell them in person. You're destroying centuries of tradition, all because you have gone moon-eyed over some gold-digging peasant? Shameful! Not that the news has broken, the only thing left is to organize the royal wedding itself. Yep. End of the season it is. It's time for an auction. What would you like your regents to build? A deer park in the Baron March? A fortress? The last name as well, yeah. A fortress which will increase the military? For the counts, a grand bazaar which will increase the trade, which I remind you has gone down because of the quarantine, so it will be helpful for your country. A monument which will increase the authority. The patrician can build an aqueduct which will increase the farming, or a thief guild which will decrease your trade. And the auction will be starting now. Be prepared to vote. Found some buildings for the kingdom. Okay, Cyper, I don't understand why you want the trade to go down in your country. But it is your trade. Oh. Outbidding each other, 5 seconds remain. The Thief Guild has gone up and the fortress as well. And so the Thief Guild is up in the Patrician country. And the fortress has been built in the Baron's March. The defiance is too high for one more region considered rebellion. On the verge of rebellion. Cannot start a rebellion. Cannot start a rebellion. Alright, so we got a new trend in the coast. Oh no! It's the crabs again! Of course they do. It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jawled crab as fashionable pet. The creatures swear that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. Send them away and don't waste my time like this again. Crabs, honestly, what is this kingdom come from? A tempting offer. Cyper. Your Majesty, it has come to my attention that across the kingdom there are all manners of roads, bridges, walls, and canals. And what do they all have in common? Infrastructure. They are all infrastructure. Absolutely absurd, Your Supreme Majesty, and yet they make you no money. I'm willing to take them off your hands, saving you the cost of upkeep, and pay you handsomely in return. As your treasurer, it makes perfect financial sense. What do you make of it, treasurer? The treasury is not exactly looking healthy, and this will be a welcome cash injection. I can't work out why the petition would be this helpful. Suspicious. It's suspicious. Perhaps we should call the concealed vote. Alright. Should the petition be allowed to build up royal lands and infrastructure? Make the roads and bridge pay for their own upkeep by charging a toll. Enact a law that prevents the petition from buying public property. There is no reason to take any drastic decision. I don't think putting a toll is a good idea. So there's no reason to take any drastic decision. Will be the one that I prefer. Vote is in session. No rebellion. I have not given you a good reason yet. Thank the nymph, it is a free country after all. The royal wedding. Your wedding to Jane is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Commoners travel from every corner of the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Many nobles refuse to attend the event. Even now, they are all still furious that you are marrying a commoner. On the day of the ceremony, the streets are packed, but Saint Bertrand Cathedral is nearly empty. But when you walk down the aisle to see James waiting by the altar, her face lit up with the most radiant smile, suddenly nothing else matters. Be frank, if we rubble right now, Lentors win out. Say that like it's a bad thing. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded bride? I do. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. The stability and the authority of the kingdom has increased. The barons of the march cannot rebel anymore since the stability has been into the full rank. By the time you find yourself alone with Jane, it's past midnight and you have never felt more tired. So here we are at last, married after all those years of sneaking around. Can you believe it? It's like a dream. The most wonderful dream. What did you do to get the nobles to agree to this? It was worth it 1,000 times over. Whatever troubles they cause us, don't worry. We can weather the storm together. Let's stay up until sunrise. She beams at you. I did love nothing more. For the first time in forever, you have nothing to do but enjoy each other's company. You have so much to talk about that you are still awake now. Eventually, Jane drifts off to sleep with her arms around you and her head on your shoulder. And thus ends the season. Sitting on a bench outside of a sun-bleached villa, two patricians on the coast meet the plot of the latest scheme. To what do I owe this pleasure, Madam Treasurer? Oh, give it a rest. You know why I'm here. Let's hurry up. Let's hurry this up, shall we? Where do I sign? Here, and here, and here. There you go. You've got what you wanted. Now give me the money. Of course. Goodbye, Madam Treasurer. Do my eye deceive me? Was that the royal treasurer you were speaking with? Indeed, my friend, good news. With the monarch's goals running out, the treasurer was willing to sell off the kingdom's roads and bridges. What? So the kingdom will be ours, but what we'll do when we own everything? What? She just fucking sold everything in my back. Cyber, you have to vote. What do you want to do? Turn the monarch into our proud corporate mascot, or mercilessly attract wealth from the kingdom until it collapses? Why would you do that? You would have won if you had taken the first thing. Why is everyone against me? We're invested a lot of money in this kingdom. It's about time we start turning a profit. But what about the monarch? Won't they try to stop us? The key word there, my friend, is try. For the final stage of the patrician scheme, they must lower authority to 3 or less. As for the taxes, everyone gets taxed! I'm kidding. I've done B before, it's very fun. Fun as in dissecting. No! Leave me alone! Compare the taxes, everyone gets taxed normally. If there were more people, it would be more tax for me. About your hair. Your marriage with Jane has leaped from strength to strength over the past few months. Truly, you have found your soulmate, and every day you count your blessings. It's high time you thought about an heir. Well, you're finally married. But something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young, whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own you will do the trick, even if they are a bastard, or the youngest of many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together, as a traditional method. No one will object to that. I will arrange for you to take a month off from really so you can get down to business. Prying eyes. Your Highness, you are of course the greatest monarch of the century. Why, thank you. No thanks required, your grace. I speak only the truth as I see plain. But your power could be even greater. Death comes for us all. But what if you did not have to? What if you could be the greatest monarch for all millennia? Oh, Clyde, this sounds delightful. Oh, exquisite, your majesty. I think we may be the one of a mind. I believe you are strong enough to take the opportunity as a whole. I can arrange for meetings so that we may discuss this matter further. The door burst open, and so they got to you first. No matter. The Count's have agents everywhere, and they have been building up your strength, but there's something more sinister afoot. The ultimate aim is to recruit you into the cult of the immortal blood drinkers. What do you say to that? What a tale! All we want is to have the monarch. They have been helping me a great deal. I'd like to hear more about this another time. Is it true? Of course not. This is heresy of the highest order. The council must know. How can the Eastern cult sniffing out around the monarchs be stopped? Prevent the counts from seeking private audience with the monarch, force the monarch to officially refuse to join the court, or leave the count to their business. I think I'll go with this one for now. Of course, this isn't true unless you're into being an immortal blood drinker. Votes are in session. Uh-oh. Force the monarch to officially refuse to join the cult. The nobles leaves you to no choice. You sign a statement saying that you are not interested in immortality, not one bit. A clairvoyant visit. Your Grace, Your Majesty, Count Big Cheese has been having prophetic dreams. It's true, I can part the veil bewitched now and somehow ways off. Give me a prophecy then. I look to the future and it speaks through me, no more, no less. For one thing, Baron Lentor should beware of onion soup. And the color green will bring bad fortune to nobles patricians Reese Cyper. But that's my favorite color! Please, Your Highness, have them foretell the future for the Conceal. We could gain insight into great mysteries. What should it be done about the omniscient fortune teller? Alright, just this one. Begin the vision with a 50% chance of getting something good. Throw the charlatan into the dungeon. Make Count Big Cheese an official Conceal advisor. Oh god. Alright, up to you to vote for this. The authority goes down if I do this, though. Let's go with this one. The votes are in session. You're tempting me very far right now. Yeah. Alright, just this one. Begin the vision. Count Big Cheese spreads a dark velvet cloth onto the floor, sit cross-legged, and close their eyes. After a moment of silence, they gasp. Grim tiding, your highness, let me gather myself so I may understand what lies ahead. Your grace, I'm sorry. I foresee dread and sarcasity, unrest, darkness, and misery. Beware! Beware! Oh no! Oh no! I'm so sorry, your grace. I'm sure this is all trick. Come on, get out of here. Count Gothic holds them away. They raise voice faded down the hallway. Sure enough, the Chancellor soon reports a new trade agreement with Ashmeadi that puts the kingdom in a great disadvantage. Count Big Cheese must have known what they were talking about. Stability went down by 1. The treasury is now decreased by 500. Ah, my treasury, not again! End of season. While playing a game of chess in an austere castle, 2 counts of the East discuss their chain against the crown. How exquisite! The monarch is drunk with power! But I was thinking, should we really show the monarch the true secret of our group? I thought that was the point, immortality and all. Yes, but those are secrets meant to be. Well-kept secret. What if we pull the wool over their eyes? What should be done about the scheme? Plan a false immortality ritual to the monarch that will kill them? Or into the monarch into the real society of immortal blood drinker. I have not done anything wrong to you, don't try to kill me! Thank you. Should the count truly induct the monarch into their secret society? Yes. Very well, we must prepare for the ritual. Yes, I'll begin at praising the spirit of the soil, but first we must enrich our land. By the blood of the dead, it won't be long now. For the final stage of the scheme, the count must raise the farming to at least 10. Okay. For the laws, monarch can take a voting option off the table. Ooh. After voting, nobles can change their mind and vote. Let's go with this one. Okay, on the verge of rebellion, cannot start a rebellion, cannot start a rebellion. The crab bubble burst, the ceremony of friendship, and the pillar of the community. Let's see the crabs. Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered, which overflowing the million of jawless crabs. Crabs' prices are crashing catastrophically. How could this be? The entire kingdom will suffer financially, Your Majesty, with the exception of a few patricians. Curiously, the bold patrician Reese Cyber, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all their crabs at a huge profit just days before the crash. Something must be done. Everyone's money went down, but Cyber's money went up. You're summoned to your council to discuss the crab price crisis. What should we do? So, arrest the noble patrician Reese Cyber and confiscate their ill-gotten gold? Let the coast suffer the full consequences of this crisis, which will decrease the trade, decrease the stability, and increase the defiance. Arrest the count. Ooh, it increased the treasury. Oh, I'm sorry, Cyber, but I want money. Even him! Unanimous vote. Reese Cyper has been arrested. Your soldiers stormed noble patrician Reese Cyper opulent mansion, arresting them and confiscating their ill-gotten crab gold. The trial will be held as soon as possible. Oh my god, the coast can rebel now. Trade went down, stability went down, the treasury went up though, and the wealth of the coast went down. All trade patrician protest their action are illegal and make make a mockery of the law. Don't they know you're the monarch? Fair enough. A pillar of the community. Your Highness, I regret to have to bring this matter to you, but there's no other way. We have been tracking an Eastern criminal who is wanted in conjuring with a number of high-profile incident back home. We thought she'd sleep the net until recently, when she was discovered she fled in the march numbers of years ago. But the parents are refusing to let us investigate further. Who is this criminal? We don't know her real name, but the peasant call her Backstab Ellie. She's lied, cheated, murdered her way across the East. Wait a moment, you're talking about merry old Ellie? She's a pillar of the community back in Bergdorf. She arrived a few years ago from the East and used her wealth to invest in local businesses and set up an orphanage. Everyone loves her. Certainly you jest. Merry old Ellie. This woman is a bloodthirsty criminal and must be punished. What does the Council want to do? Send merry old Ellie back to the East? Allow Ellie to stay in the march under the protection of the Baron? Or summon her to the capital to answer to the monarch's justice? You might want to do something about defiance. I've been told open rebellion is good for keeping your hand. I want to do it, but I did not have the money. Now I do have some money, so I will be able to do something about it. Okay, so... Damn. This is a hard choice. It will decrease. I'm good with the counts. Alright. Send old Mary back to the East is what I would like, but we'll see what happens. Votes are now in session. No votes? It's time to vote. No one is voting! Vote tied at 2. We'll send her back to the East. But merry old Dilly, it's my cat every Wednesday. Who is going to look up her pussykin now? I'm sorry, Baron, but she needs to face justice. The families of her victim deserve that much. The council decision paint you as fair and just monarch, but without Ellie's monies and influence, several business in Bergdorf goes to burst. The trade went down in March, but the kingdom authority went up to imperious. Well, at least the count of the defiance went down as well, so they won't be able to do any revolt. Ceremony of friendship. Your Majesty, too long have we let the tension simmers between us. We are citizens of the same kingdom, are we not? We worship the same god. I just want to assure you that the barons are loyal despite the rumors, and to prove it, let's hold the ceremony of friendship, where we renew our feudal vows. What does that involve? It's basically a big party followed by a renewal of our vows of loyalty. This is a baron-only affair, by the way. Other regions are not invited. Though unfortunately, we still need council approval to open the treasury purse string. Declare a day of public celebration across the kingdom, which will decrease defiance, increase stability, and decrease the treasury by a lot, but it will decrease the defiance. The monarch shall attend a private barons only party, which will increase the wealth of the barons, decrease the treasury a little bit, and decrease the defiance. Let's the vote begin! Yeah, but your guards are able to rebels with Lentor, lol. My guards are the patricians, so... I have the gladiators. Lentor! No! Why? You're the one that gives me like he's like, hey, do you want to do it? Actually, you know what? That's a waste of time. How should the Baron ceremony of friendship be conducted? A Across the kingdom, workers down their tools for the day to celebrate the enduring friendship of the barons and the monarch. Meanwhile, you lead the barons on a public procession through the capital. Treasury went down, but the stability went up. As the sun set, the barons kneel before you in the city and square and repeat their feudal vows. You anoint each of their forehead with a dab of sacred oil. They raise their feet again and embrace you, one by one. What? My general goal is this game is to prosper. I reach on stat and personal wealth keeps me loyal. That being said, trade's been awfully low, hasn't it? Yeah, hey, it's still above 5, so it's 60%. I don't see... it's not that bad. And your wealth is pretty good, I think. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne, so that's the scheming so far. Lower the authority of the kingdom to 3 or less, raise your own farming to at least 10, move the lowest defiance. So, still a long way to go for the barons. 7 is such a nice number though. I will do my best to increase the trade for the next seasons. If I get the events for it. And the patricians are now on the verge of the rebellions. The quarantine continue, tide trouble, and workers on strike. Let's go see the tide of troubles. Your Highness, I have come to submit a complaint about the Count of East. Lately they have been neglecting their teeth. What's a teeth? All the counts are obligated to donate an eighth of their monthly income to the church, and they want to stay out of the 7th hell when they die, that is. I'm not a debt collector. Who do you think the common folk will blame if the church start following me? No, Your Highness, they will blame you alone, especially if they tell me my priests spread the word that you refuse to help only men in need. Go away, you're irritating old farts, no! I've never been so... You will regret your words and your deeds. I will see to it personally. Goodbye. The Archbishop proved the truth of his word. Through the kingdom, priests preached of their flock that the monarch is a baby kicker and devil worshipper. The gullible peasant lapped it up. No! My authority, my stability. But it's fine, I protected the counts. The quarantine continued. Your Majesty, you recall the currency you ordered to deal with the dancing plague. It's been many months since anyone last entered or left the affected area. We think the plague may have run its course. We ask your permission to lift the quarantine. Okay, so... lift the quarantine, which will decrease the defiance, increase the trade. Consider quarantine indefinitely, which will decrease the trade, increase the defiance. Hire an adventurer to check if it's safe. And send Gothic to check if it's safe. Oh. I'm going to put this one there. It's not the money one, so that's the one I want, but I will let you guys vote to see what happens. Votes are now in session. Oh no! It's a tie! The trade increase there. The treasury is not good enough, so I'll leave the quarantine. The quarantine is immediately left. When soldiers and settlers venture into the affected area, a strange sight awaits them. The local dance and dance till they had no dancing left in them. They move like wooden dolls with few missing joints, and the mere hint of a joint tune sends them into a panic. They are alive, but they will never enjoy music again. They stopped moving. It's fine. And the trade went back up. Workers on strike. Your Highness, I need help with my common folk. The march is prosperous and living conditions are improving, but they still want more. They have gone on strike demanding better pay and fewer hours. They have thrown down their tool and started squatting on my property. So they probably deserve what they are asking for. Should they deliberate with the conceal? Cheers, my liege. Settle. What should be done about the striker worker? Should we send the march soldier, which has 100% chance of working out? Issue a royal proclamation ordering the strike to stand down, which will either increase the stability or decrease it. Compensate the workers with the funds from the treasury, which we don't have access to because we are poor. Give them what they want, which will increase the defiance, decrease the authority, increase the stability, or increase the trade. I will go with the golden choice being send the march troops, since this has 100% chance of getting a positive good thing. So the votes are now in session. What should happen to the strikers, workers? If you vote for sending the marchers troops, you will be getting some gold in compensation. Continue. Voting has closed. The Baron muster a few battalions of troops and moving them into the Lentor's land, hoping to break the strike. They scatter the disorganized peasant easily. There is some bloodshed, but the workers soon return to their job, muttering rebellious against the noble and the crown alike. Stability is now civil. Oof. The authority is higher in the Iron Fist. Defiance is now furious in the march. Stability went down again, but at least the authority is high enough. And with that, the season ends. It is time to start an action, nobles. What will happen for your countries? The Baron can build a fortress or a library. The Count can build an aqueduct or a monument. And the Patrician can build a theater or a thief guild. The auction starts now. The counts have decided to put some money into constructing an aqueduct. Investment into the farming has been put. As for the patrician, they have put monies to build a theater. Landor cannot put any money, he's got none. How did that happen? How did it go to 0? She's not following with the monarch's order. And Soul Theater has been built for 2,500 gold, and the aqueduct has been built for 1,200 gold. Oh, okay, that's why. Hey, welcome. How are you doing, Cetis? Saltis, sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to the kingdom. You are a patrician of the coast. This is you. And so, the defiance is too high on one of the region. Cannot start the rebellion in every place except for the patrician of the coast. A city in flames, the crab's trial, and you air. We'll go with the air first. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the conceal holding a small child in your arms. You should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to. The conceal hall is filled with nervous silence. Last time it was my child. This time we'll go with my daughter. The assembled nobles breaks out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you have cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your August Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Lynn III. Excellent, your August Majesty. I'm sure little Lynn will grow up to be a chip off of the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill an ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from your spy master soon. A city in flames. Your August Majesty, there has been a terrible fire in the city of Taurus Hand, where once there were buildings, there is now a field of smoldering ash. Dozens of citizens have died. What caused the fire? This is awkward, Your esteemed Majesty, but downfalls were burning an effigy in your likeness. It tipped over, and the rest is history. Now I have lost all sympathy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that your city gone up in flame. I was hoping the consider might unlock some funds for the treasury. What? They built the thing! No, the treasury is not paying for this! Offer no help, which will they... Okay, so... The golden choice. Rebuild the city exactly as it was, which will decrease the treasury. Offer no help, which will increase the... Decrease the trade, decrease the stability, decrease the money, and increase the defiance. Find and punish the effigy burner responsible. I think will be the better one. So I'm putting the Monarch's golden choice over on this one. I think we all lose because our military is too high. Votes are now in session. Should we build the city exactly as it was? I remind you that the golden choice has been put on funding the effigy burner responsible, which will increase your personal gold. And it seems that I will have no other options than to rebuild the city. Ah, my treasury! Ah! Okay. The crab trials. After months of delay, noble patrician Reese Cyper is finally due to stand trial for the crab-related market manipulation. You stand accused of perpetrating fraud and tricking hundreds into buying expensive crabs. How do you plead? I'm guilty only of making money, so I broke a few laws along the way. Is that a crime? Yes, obviously! I pronounce you guilty as charged, and your fate will be decided by the monarch. Imprison the guilty party. The defiance is already high enough, so... Imprison. Noble patrician Reese Cyber is dragged away in chains, wailing for clemency. Most of the watching nobles agree that justice has been done, except for the patrician, of course. Authority is now Iron Fist. Please, your majesty, Reese Cyber has young children who is supposed to pay for the upkeep of their villa. Reese Cyber 2 has joined the council. You have your heir. This is your heir, Cyper. Certainly not going to kill Cyper in the first game. I'm not killing him. I am putting him in prison. It's not the same. Noble patrician Reese Cyper has been in prison. Alright. End of the season. The counts clear some woodland to build the new Mayas, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. You know, the defiance is already high as it is over there. I'm going to tax the heck out of those guys. It cannot go higher than 10. Continue to the current. The defiance is too hot in one or more regions considered rebellion. Alright, your ambition. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a conqueror. You look like you plan to live up to this word. The kingdom's army is stronger than ever. Well done, your majesty. The defiance is reduced in the coast, it's reduced in the march, and reduced in the east. But to shut down your noble schemings for good, we need to build up that reputation. Your advisor has some idea.
We should cross these royal nobles, take command of their army and force them to submit. Or if you're looking to unite the noble rather than smash them, you could declare war on the Ashmedite Empire. They will forget their scheme if you win.
Ooh. Declare war on the Empire, farming and military. Yes.
A wise decision, your majesty. I've already taken the liberty of contacting the Ashmaiden ambassador.
War calls!
Greeting, your grace. I'm here to discuss the term of our upcoming war.
Negotiating the Empire surrender, I hope?
No. The Ashmaiden Empire is far larger than your kingdom. Did not you wonder why we never squash you like a bug? It's because you are divided by internal conflict. It may seem that the empire is ruled by its emperor. In reality, Ashmedi is ruled by its general, who battle endlessly for control of the capital.
So why are you here?
I'm here representing General Talakant, whose lands are safely distant from the border. If you were to invade, we all ask that you send us your signal. We'll launch a civil war, taking advantage of the chaos to bump off some of our own rivals. A bold plan. I will leave you to think on my words. If we take advantage of the Ashmodian Empire internal division, we may actually have a chance. If you beat our oldest enemies, that will shove the nobles up for good, but winning still won't be easy. Your priority is to raise the kingdom overall farming and military as much as you can, and of course, there can be open up a rebellion among the nobles.
War! 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 A capital proposition.
Hurrah! Our soldiers are renowned through the kingdom and beyond. We are awarded so many medals they can serve as full plate mail in pinch, my liege. Yeah. Granted, we have had our issue with them getting restless, but even so, they have gone from strength to strength. Why don't I transfer some of our best troops to help police the capital? Did improve security, show the Marcher army for what it is, the pride of the kingdom. You want to station soldiers, the capital. Your esteemed highness, think of the threat of your security. Let us make use of them instead.
What should be happening? Should the martial troop be brought to the police as the police capital? Order them to help out the patrician, which will decrease the farming, decrease the defiance, but increase it. Military will increase. Leave the troops in the march where they belong. None of them are good for me. The authority will be going down, the military will be going up, the defiance will be going up. I have no choice but to say leave the troops in the march where they belong, because sadly farming is going down if I put them in the patrician. Leave the troops in the march where they belong. Voting has closed. The troops shall be left in the march. The barons see the monarch respond as an insult to their military strength and return to the march in a huff. As they gain more and more recruit, the people wonder whether the march troops rival those of the marcher itself. It's nothing against you guys. I actually wanted to have US police, but we don't have the funds for it. So, low on lumber. Your esteemed highness, will you tell these superstitious count to get over themselves and us harvest their tree? We need the wood for our craft people. I've told you 1,000 times, noble patrician, that forest is thoroughly haunted. You will damn us all if you go logging there. But you sold us a logging contract, and said contract has no exclusion for hunting. Some patrician wealth has increased, some count's wealth has increased. Your august majesty, the count can be allowed to wiggle out of their commitments. Okay, so let's see. Should the patrician be allowed to harvest lumber in the haunted forest of the east? The patricians have a contract and may go logging. 30% chance of increasing the trade, but 70% chance of failing. I am afraid of no-goes. And not until like, ooh, it's spooky, no, until like the trees are alive and we'll kill you. No! Let them harvest the lumber, but share the proceeds with the counts. 70% chance of winning, of losing, with 30% chance of winning. Turn the forest into a joint coastal eastern hunting reserve. Defiance will be going up, authority will be going down. Fence the area to make sure no one goes near it. I think we'll go with the last option for the crown choice and let the noble decide the fate of the kingdom. Votes are now in session. Oof. Voting has closed. A hunting reserve? That's not what we asked for. We need lumbers, you fools. The monarch's friendship reserve does not really get off the ground as the count avoided out of fear and habit. Still, at least it keeps the patrician from hacking it down. And with that, the end of the season is at hand. By royal decree, we can change treasury plus 600 if the nobles vote for the select decision. Ooh. Royal gamble. I'm going to take this one and get veto out. There we go. As for the rebellion, the patrician of the coast are still on the verge of rebellion, while the barons and the counts are still settled for now. Alright, let's see. Ambition Conquest. For the last few months, your marshal has been criss-crossing the kingdom, drumming up troops in preparation for your first strike against the Ash Maiden Empire. Today at last she is returned, and she has brought one of the patricians with her. Your Majesty, the nobles have proven reluctant to commit their soldiers to the cause. They have sent a delegation to speak with you. Your esteemed Highness, of course we all support a war that with the accursed dog of Ashmidi. Of course we do. We are more patriotic than anyone. But we are concerned about the harvest. Your Marshal is telling us to raise all our able-bodied levies. If we do that, who's going to gather the crops? The kingdom will starve. Couldn't we just tell the peasant to eat something else? Cake, maybe? The damn peasant will just have to tighten their belts. We will not want that. Cannot we just tell them maybe to eat something else? Your Serene Majesty, without the harvest, there is no cake. Just damn cowardice if you ask me, Your Majesty. But all the nobles are echoing this nonsense. The fools are worried about going hungry for a few years. Until we can persuade them the kingdom will survive, they won't commit their full force to our banner. Assure the noble patrician that the kingdom can survive on a few bad harvests. By the nymph, your Serene Highness, you're right. The kingdom can survive a few hungry winters if it means to teach those Ashiden bastards to listen. That's the spirit. I trust that we have the backing of the patrician in the coming wars. Yes, your Serene Highness. Let's do this. One by one, your marshal approached nobles of your council, seeking their approval for the launch of a war against Ashmidi. Very well, Your Highness. If you must pursue this hopeless crusade, let it never said that the Count stayed home and hid. When it comes to war, you can rely on the barons, Your Majesty. Let's go give the Ashmidian a kicking. The nobles are united behind the idea of a war on Ashmidi, Your Majesty. We'll see all that. Finally. Huzzah! Let's go to war! I like the enthusiasm, but it's been a long time since the kingdom mobilized so much of its army. We need to ensure they're up to the task. I'll assemble the troops at once. Very farewell, Your Majesty. When your marshal returned to the capital a month later, she is at the head of an army. The gatherers set up camp outside the city walls. There are more gleaming crimson in the light of the dawn. Inspect your troops. The camp stretches for miles outside the walls of the city. The ground has been churned to mud under tens of thousands of boots as you approach. You are greeted by an awesome sight. Ranks upon ranks of hard-faced footmen holding sword aloft. Knights on horseback, their plate mail gleaming, archers and crossbowmen training furiously, hitting targets after targets. It's been less about starving and it's more about not getting to have as many feasts. Beautiful, ain't it? Good work, my marshal. Thank you, Your Majesty. Let's march. Your soldier let out a full-throated roar. Roar! For the kingdom! For the monarch! The army is vast, sinking, hungry monster that swallows up the landscape as it marches south. When you arrive at the border, your soldiers spill across like a flood, sweeping away the surprised Ashmidden sentries in their path. To tell the truth, you don't see much of fighting. Your job is just to give an inspirational speech before the battle starts, wave the swords around, then duck back into your tent. Despite that, or perhaps because of that, your first Ashmidden campaign is a huge success. By the time you return to the capital for winter, you have conquered almost 100 miles of territory along the border. As the city gate swings open, you are greeted by a rush of joyous sounds, clapping, cheering. Peasants are throwing roses at your carriage. Trailing behind you, of course, is also a retinue of wounded soldiers nursing deep-seated trauma and grieving their lost comrade. The peasants largely ignore them. All hail the monarch, the conquering heroes! Wave to your adoring fans, draw the curtains of your carriage, pull out a sword, and give it a waggle. Wave to your adoring fans. The cheering somehow gets louder. They really think you are a hero, even though you spent most of your time in a tent looking at maps. When you return to the palace, your wife is waiting for you with your hair in her hair. My darling, you're finally back. I've been breathlessly following the tales of your conquest. I wish you'd brought me along. It sounds like a good fun, but I understand someone needs to hold down the fort. You have so much to talk about. Little Lynn 3 has been growing up so fast in your absence. Sorry, dear, but the consul has requested a meeting. Oh, of course. Well, hurry back, my love. As you step back into the consul presence for the first time in many months, the noble all look at you with trepidation. Welcome back, your serene highness. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your victory. But no, we can't go back to the business for ruling. There are many votes that needs your attention. Did you forget Did you forget there's a war going on? But what about democracy? The constitution? Did the monarch misspeak? We may have won a victory, but Ashmidi will strike back, and strike back hard. We don't have time for votes. We need to prepare. And if you're squabbling bastard, don't unite behind the monarch right away. If we will wake up next year with Ashmedian soldiers in your bed's chamber. Do I make myself clear? Crystal. Then let's begin discussing plans for our next campaign. Yes, your majesty, whatever you say. After that, the noble will never defy you again. But it's not like your life gets easier. Your majesty, I hate to interrupt your meeting, but I just received word that the Ashmedian Empire is marching on our newly conquered territories. They are sending 30 regiments. We need to mobilize immediately. With a sigh, you head back to the palace to say goodbye to your wife. Here we go again. The monarch is victorious! All hail the kingdom! All that remained of the baron's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner, deep under the castle, clad in iron mask and shrouded in rumors. The patrician attempt to buy the kingdom ended in failure. Bankruptcies were filled, marks were scratched in secret ledger. The risk-reward calculus was not favorable. Perhaps next time. With their plan in tatters, the country retreated in their castle to brood. Their olive branch was rejected, the secrets of eternity that they had guarded for aeons. They will not be so kind again. Monarch Ling will reign spend another 15 glorious years, mostly spent fighting in a foreign field. They conquered land from Tavolin and Asmodi, lost it, campaigned to get it back. By the time the old warrior died, they were battle-scarred and celebrated as a hero, but most of all, they were tired. GG! Game length went on for 3 years. Our spouse's name was Jane, and the successor is Queen Lin. For the nobles, the wealthiest nobles was Big Cheese with 5,900, and the poorest of them all was Lentor with 600. The kingdom stats went up in authority at 6, the treasury is at 1,000, and the stability at 7. As for the regions, the trade is at 6 for the barons, 7 for the counts, and 3 in the patrician. Farming is at 8 in the for the barons, 9 at the counts, and 6 in the patrician. Military is at full strength for the barons, the 7 for the counts, and 4 for the patrician. The fate is still strong in the barons, while it's falling in the east, and it's pretty alright in the for the patrician. The defiance has been going up in a lot in the short reign of Lin II. It went to 7 for the baron, 5 for the counts, and it's at full strength for the patrician. This time, Queen Ling III of the Valorant dynasty will be the one leading the charge next time that we play. Okay, so we can either continue our save game for this time or for another time, or we could go and play with other regions in the next one. What would you like to do for next time we play? Would you like to continue, or would you like to try out a new kingdom? It's not for tonight, right, Cyper? It's for another time. I'm just saying, for now, like it's just something to set up for the next time that we play. And if you're new to the channel, please feel free to follow me. I will be happy to have you around in other streams. Yeah, that's why I miss dating as well. It would be nice to try other region, but it will also be nice to continue our story. And you never know, maybe the Barons will finally get some money out of it. But yeah, that's going to be it for the kingdom and for King of the Castle for today. It was super fun. Again, thank you very much for coming by, guys. I really appreciate it. We had at least one more person than last time, so that was fun. Hopefully we can get more people for the next game. And I think I might continue streaming a little bit longer today. What time is it? Yeah, it's 4, and so maybe I could stream a bit of Conqueror's Blade or something like that. But yeah, the game is super fun. Hope that you had fun as well.
Nice.
I really hope people are enjoying the game because I really like it. I just wish we had more people to play with. Maybe next time. Let me just go over there.
Alright, I'm going to join the Discord, so if people wants to join me on voice. I'm gonna go get my dog out because she needs to go out. Maybe. Yo. Alright, I'll be right back. Just need to get my dog out.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Adding another to the group. Off we go into the next fight.
Yes, Commander.
Here come the hammers.
Right, let's go with the cannon over here.
Off we go.
Avanti!
An enemy siege tower is preparing to advance. An enemy siege tower is preparing to advance.
Units, assemble!
The enemy battering ram is preparing to
Position.
advance.
Prepare to
Form up!
Arm up!
Position!
Form up!
Wait here!
Position!
The enemy siege tower is advancing. Enemy battering ram is advancing.
Hey! Big heart! Thank you very much for the follow, Sir Vivanist. Hope you're doing well. Let's break the
The enemy
bridge.
captured the point. The enemy battering ram has reached the gates. To the dead!
Units, assemble! Form up! Prepare to advance!
Our gate has been destroyed. The enemy siege tower is advancing. An enemy siege tower has been destroyed.
He got bonked to death.
Form up!
We can wait here!
An enemy siege tower is preparing to advance.
That archer got swooshed down. Okay, up we go.
After me!
Whoa. I'm really hoping to get more epic schematics
The enemy
soon.
siege tower is
I need
advancing.
2 more to get to be able to get my longsword and shield epic armor, and even more if I want to upgrade it into
The enemy
the
battering
reformed
ram is
version.
preparing to advance. The enemy siege tower has reached the wall.
This is a bit slow. Let me put the music in fire.
Stand ready!
We serve our order!
Alright, let's go with the domain.
The unit is retreating. Hurry up!
Quickly now!
Form up! After me! Unit, assemble!
Unit assemble! Woo!
Form up! Get in position! Form up! Get moving! Get ready! Get moving!
March into them! Ah,
Position!
my dude got trapped!
In position!
Heal them!
The enemy siege tower is advancing. The enemy siege tower
Hunt the wolves up! Ow.
Battle! Attack!
No!
Damn it.
Stay! Position! Quickly now!
I got speared to death. How you doing, survivalist?
Fall in! Stand ready!
Follow me!
Hello, me.
The enemy
To
siege
me!
tower is advancing.
Attack at will! Let them have it! Form up! Get ready!
Unit, assemble!
For close order!
Move quickly!
You heard the commander. Do it!
Form up! To battle!
I'm afraid because of the trim. That's why I'm not going full out with the mana farms.
Stand ready! Destroy them!
Get him, boys!
Form! Arm! Unit, assemble! Cover me!
You heard the commander. Do it!
Rampage!
Get in position! Over here!
You heard the commander. Do it!
Ah!
Attack at will!
Wipe them out!
Got him! The spear sergeants are better than they were, certainly. They are... For me, I prefer them over the Imperial... the Imperial Spear Guard. But that's just because I prefer their aesthetic and their shield a bit more. That's a personal preference. In terms of effectiveness, I will put the surgeons being able to hold the line longer with their shields in a line. Like if you put them into position, they are better than the Imperial Spear Guard. But in a follow the commander way, the Imperial Spear Guard are superior just because of the CC immunity that they get about with every one of their hits. So that's really just the big difference, is that the Spear Sergeants won't hold as much because of the CC that people can put on them. But other than that, they're pretty good. They are not the best, but they're good. It makes them better, that's for sure. I went on a rampage with the men-at-arms. Both is a bit sore, but overall it's alright. Let's go with the Domain Spear Guard. Though I will be frank, the squires are very a disappointment. They are tougher. They are able to tough longer in fights, but it's not worth maxing them out in their masteries. You will get more out of them just by getting the first few nodes. The sprint ability is like a joke. If it had been like the Prefecture Guard, Prefecture Drill, where they charge everything that's in sight, it would have been good. But the way that the sprint works right now, it's like, eh. It's not awfully bad, but it's not very useful. Especially like, it reduces the charge cooldown, that's great and all, but the charge itself needs to be far away to work. Like the sprint, you can use the sprint to reduce... you can use the sprint closer than the charge needs to be, but that's about it. It's a better charge, basically.
Enemy battering ram is preparing to advance.
Okay, let's see now.
Unit, assemble!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Form up!
Enemy battering ram is advancing.
Get in position!
Units, assemble! Form up! Form up!
There's music on this side.
enemy battering ram has reached the gates.
Looks like there's more people today, you know.
Our gate has been destroyed. The enemy
Maybe
battering
not.
ram has reached the gate. Our gate has been destroyed.
Forward block! Forward block! Lay down! Assemble! Now!
Form up! Unit, assemble! Form up! Moving! Unit, assemble! Get ready! Get moving!
Oh boy.
Get moving!
That's a lot of people!
Follow the commander! Lay down! Formation! Moving! Follow the commander!
Hold this ground!
Nothing gets Deo gratis.
Meet your doom! Prepare to die! Give 'em hell! Prepare to die!
To me!
Guard the commander!
We come for Trident 2 military tradition.
Forward block! Lay down! Race!
Keep on!
Get 'em, boys! Let's go!
Form up! Form up! Unit, assemble!
And I feel like
Form up!
their ability is not working to regen their health unless it's like really low.
Assist
Like
me!
they're supposed to regenerate their health every second, but it doesn't look like it works.
Let's go! Keep going now!
Take position!
Take position!
Get in position!
Okay, they're all towards speed.
Get ready!
See what I mean? They're not regenerating their health even though they're supposed to.
Form up! Cover me! Get moving! Over here!
captured the point.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, let's get the insurgents.
Over here!
Reinforcement. You heard the order. Quickly now. Soldier. Close order. Close order. Cover me. Deploy. Quickly. Protect the commander. Soldier.
Get him, boys!
Over here!
I did not have the time to use the thing.
Retreating.
Alright, let's go with the men at arms.
Move quickly!
Move quickly!
The enemy captured the point.
Steady.
We captured a point.
Yeah, we're coming back.
Get into position.
It's fine. No need to go over there too much. Get this way instead.
Quickly now. Position.
Protect our allies!
Ow! Those poor Iron Reapers who got a wall strike into them.
Get in position! Form up! Form up! Unit, assemble! Form up!
Oh, what happened?
Form cover me!
Stand together.
Commander, do it!
The enemy captured the point.
I lost them in that harm, I don't know how. Not sure where they are. Okay, they're starting to gather over
Get
here.
in position!
Hey, ready?
I see them all dispersed.
After me! Form up! Unit, assemble! Form up! Protect your commander!
You heard the command.
Get him, boy!
Do it!
this ground.
Units, assemble!
We captured a point.
Ready, pikes! Your disposition!
Oh, they don't have any units left. That's why we don't see anything.
Form block!
We captured a point.
Good job, Zolan.
Form block!
Champions of the East.
They're all over here.
Warm up!
Position! Now!
Oh, the Emperor. Ooh.
Into position!
Hey. GG.
Come back, I want to smack you.
We captured a point.
Deo gratias.
Men at arms.
I've always loved my men at arms. But now they are even stronger than they were. They were a very good unit before. At least for me. But now with the upgrade, woo, they're doing God's work. what I was saying also earlier? The Spear Surgeon's node is not working.
Nothing gets past us.
And it's the same thing as the Men at Arms, so
Deo gratias.
should be the same.
Here come the hammers.
Here comes the hammers.
The middle siege tower is preparing. Left siege tower is preparing to advance. Preparing to advance.
Will now advance.
This needs to go down. Oh, I missed.
The middle siege tower is
The
advancing. Siege tower
battering
is
ram
advancing.
will now advance.
The left siege tower is
Damn it.
advancing.
To the dead!
Ah! Bum, 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 bum. I'm really hoping that next season we get a new map. Or at least a reworked one.
Form up!
Spread out.
We serve our order.
Your unit is retreating.
Form up!
The right siege tower is advancing. The middle siege tower is advancing. The middle siege tower has reached the wall. The left
No
siege
more
tower
walls.
has reached the walls. The right siege tower has reached the walls.
Get in position!
Keep formation.
Form up! Unit, assemble!
Move it.
Form up!
Form up.
Charge! Get moving!
Advance.
Attack at will!
Death or glory!
Steady!
Prepare to advance! Protect the commander!
Get ready! Unit, attack! Protect all!
Where is everyone?
Protect the commander!
Unit, attack! Assist me!
Unit, assemble. Attack at will.
Protect the commander! Prepare to advance! Protect the commander! Champions of the East!
The unit is retreating.
And rip my dudes.
Stand together!
No one went on the tower.
Assemble!
Yes, Commander.
By your command!
Moving.
We captured a point.
After me! Unit, assemble! Assemble! Assemble!
Quickly now. Charge. Form up. Form up. Unit, assemble. Charge.
Over here!
Raise weapon!
Get him, boys!
Get into position.
As you command!
Form up. Unit, assemble. Press weapons. Form up.
This unit skill is on cooldown. Even devils fear the
Make your doom. Attack. Make haste.
Hold on!
Give them
Champions of the East!
Charge.
Champions of the East!
Form up.
Ready for battle!
enemy captured a point.
No one punched the tower, really? Yeah, the battering ram, I mean.
Move it. Deploy. Make your doom.
Nothing gets past us.
Come on.
Follow me!
Guard the commander. Quickly now. You heard the order. Quickly now. Move it. Quickly now. You heard the order. Deploy now. Stronger than you thought.
Get ready!
Take for me. Oh, this crap. Form up.
Destroy them!
Attack! Last man, hold position!
There's 3 units of cavalry on our side, but I don't see them.
Smash them!
Looks like we managed to push the way.
All together! Brace yourself! Gets past us.
Okay, let's bring back this Pursuit again.
Deploy! Quickly!
Cover me!
Quickly now! Deploy! Quickly! Unit! Assemble! Arm up!
Your team has captured more area.
Advance! Get into position!
Down he go.
Aim!
Stand ready!
You heard the order! Move quickly now! Deploy! Quickly now!
Spread out!
You heard the order! Deploy! Quickly now! Stand ready!
Spread out!
You heard the order!
We captured a point.
Quickly! Get into position!
Deo.
Arm up! Stand
Let's switch
ready!
to them at once.
Arm up!
Brace
Your
yourself!
unit is retreating.
Ah, shite. The bird is stood up.
Form up!
Stand together! Arm up! Form close order!
Get in position! Unit, assemble!
Arm up!
After me! Cover me!
Stand ready! Quickly now! Move it! Form up!
We captured a point.
Attack! Take your doom!
Destroy them!
Destroy them! Give them hell! Make your doom! Unit! Slay them! Form up! Unit! Hold position! Give them hell!
Brace yourself!
Stand ready! As you command! Get into position!
Stand together!
Hold steady! You heard the order! Attack
What are you
at
doing?
will! Get into position! Attack at will! Ready? Take aim! Get into position! Form up! Get into position! Form up! Form up! Stand ready! Fight order! You heard the order! Quickly now! Secure this position!
They're not pushing.
6 generals have died on our blades.
Let's make it 7.
Follow me!
Moving! Stand ready!
Attack! After me!
Guardians of the East!
You heard the order! Quickly now! Make me proud! You heard the order! Move quickly now!
Form up!
Yes, close order! Move it! You heard the order! Quickly now!
To me!
Do it! Attack!
Guardians of the East!
Attack at will! Give them hell! No retreat!
Protect the commander! Stand together!
Make your doom! Give them hell! Form up! Make your doom! No retreat! Attack at will! Now it's
Guardians of the East!
Get them!
attack!
Remember, Guardians of the East!
Nice swish over there with the ENUs.
Next position!
Here, move!
Open fire!
Their team is about to capture the final flag.
Attack at will!
And one. GG! Nice. All of my stats were higher except for participation and the kills. How dare you? Nicely done, nicely done. Five battle dons.
Deo gratias.
Their average KD is going up.
We serve our order.
We will
Okay.
An enemy siege tower is preparing to advance. An enemy siege tower is preparing to advance. The enemy battering ram is preparing to advance.
Skadoosh.
The enemy siege tower is advancing.
Unit, assemble!
I refuse. Go back down. I said to go back down.
An enemy siege tower has been destroyed. The enemy siege tower has reached the walls.
You heard the commander. Do it.
The enemy captured the point. The enemy battle ram is advancing.
Woo!
Your unit is retreating.
Time to strike.
No! Well, we stopped the tower for a moment.
You heard the commander. Do it. For close order. For close order. We serve our order.
We serve our order.
Guardians of the East.
Get in position!
Move it.
I need a lot of torches of war.
Warm up! Get moving!
Ow. He spins to win. Diamonds. Here's the balance. Not for long.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, time for the blue boys.
Move it. Quickly now. Quickly now.
Prepare to assault. Guardians of the East.
Destroy them. Attack.
Ah.
Your unit is retreating.
Form up.
Fall in!
Get into position.
Spread out.
I overextend.
Form up. Units,
Assemble!
Right stand together!
Now! That stings!
Poke them.
Attack! Form up!
Unit,
They have so
assemble!
much range.
Form up!
Stand ready! All defenses!
Attack! Protect our allies!
Come on, man.
We capture the point.
Attack! Attack! Hold position! Prepare to advance! Raise weapons!
Get moving!
All right. Advance.
Raise weapons!
Feet up! Get moving!
All right. Advance.
This unit skill is
War colony!
Guard the commander!
the enemy captured the point.
Get in position!
Shield wall.
Form up!
Stand ready!
Unit, assemble!
The enemy captured the point.
Form up!
Defend yourselves!
The enemy has captured point.
Come on.
Get into position! Spread out! Unit, assemble! Attack at will!
Destroy the enemy.
Stand ready! Stand ready!
Okay.
Get ready! Units, assemble!
Get moving!
Get! Cover me!
All right! Advance!
Cover me! Get moving!
All right! Advance!
Get in position! Attack your commander!
I need to go switch.
Quickly now!
One block!
Deo.
One block!
Steady!
You heard that, Commander! Do it!
Arm up!
Deploy! Quickly now!
Advance! Advance! Order!
Arm up!
As you cover!
Position units! Assemble! Arm up!
Close order!
Position!
No one came. My Menacons are gonna die for no reason. Sad.
Position! Hell! Arm up! Attack!
Unit is retreating.
Attack at will! Pick your dues! Form up! Units! Assemble!
We are the shield of security.
Now! Form up!
Close order!
Form up! Get into position!
Yes, Commander.
We only have 200 troops left.
Lock shield! Keep formation!
Move it! Deploy! Quickly now!
Units, assemble! Smash them! Secure this position!
Position! Shields up and charge! Moving! Form up! Shields up and charge! Form up! Form up! Attack! Units! Assemble! Units! Form up! Form up! Position! Units! Assemble!
them!
It's harvest time!
Attack at will!
Close units! Assemble!
Units, assemble! Fight!
Capture the point.
Time to strike!
Aya!
Attack at will!
Time to strike!
Form up! Follow me! Get into position!
We'll meet again.
Avanti!
Dream again with thee and we'll meet again.
Capture the point. Capture the point. Capture the point.
To city again, to city and we'll dream again. My poor man at arms got destroyed there. Charge of fire and reburn their face did not went very well. Alright, let's do one last. I love this one. We Dream Again. It's one of my favorites. Do 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 do
Sorry.
Here come the
Alright,
hammers.
shield of the capital. Off we go now.
The middle siege tower is preparing to advance.
Form up! Prepare to advance!
Together as one.
The middle siege tower is advancing. Left siege tower is advancing. Middle siege tower is advancing.
Nothing gets past us.
The battering ram will now advance. Your unit is retreating.
Assemble! Together! Online!
Why is someone saying that they are going to Sally?
Shields up!
Assemble!
Get moving! Form up!
Form up!
Units, after me!
The battering ram will now advance.
Stand ready!
Get in position!
No surrender!
Form up!
Defend yourselves!
The middle siege tower has reached the walls.
Form up!
No
Get in
The left siege tower
position!
has reached the walls.
Form close order!
There is no cavalry.
Hurry up!
Prepare to advance!
Alright, let's move. Back on the wall.
Cover me!
The battering ram has reached the gate.
Get ready!
Form up! Into position! Form up! Units, prepare to advance!
Their gate has been destroyed.
Ah.
Get ready!
Steady! Change!
Protect our allies! Assemble!
Stand together! Stand together!
Unit, assemble!
No surrender! Yes, Commander.
Form up! Form up! Get in position! Unit, assemble!
I don't have any falcos, that's the problem.
Prepare to advance!
Spread out! Fire at me!
Form close order! Spread out and attack!
Fire at me!
Oh wait, we do have falcos.
Hurry up!
Get steam! Form up! Attack at will!
Fire at
Change
me!
position!
Form
Spread
up!
out!
Take position!
Form up! Assist me!
Fire at me!
Prepare to advance! Form up! Unit, assemble! Spread out and attack!
Fire at me!
Form up! Prepare to advance! Fire!
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 Steady!
Attack!
Fire! Prepare to advance!
Destroy them!
Fire!
Fire!
Form up! Fire! Form up!
Fire!
Units, assemble! Get into position! Stand ready!
This unit's skill has been cooled down.
Get going!
Get in position!
All right! Advance!
Stand ready! Keep on moving!
Shields up
We serve our order.
Form up! Unit, assemble! Get in position!
Hey, Beefheart, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing? You're very sent. Hope everyone's that right.
Form up! Unit, assemble! Form up! Get moving!
Advance! Advance!
Get in position! Get moving! Stay together!
Brace yourself! No retreat!
Position.
Form up!
Well, reap my
Unit,
shields.
assemble! Form up! Form up! Get in position! Form up!
Wipe them out.
Protect your commander!
You heard the commander. Do it!
Form up!
Guardians of the East. Guardians of the East.
We capture the point.
Guardians of the East. Guardians of the East. All troops form up. Forage. Watch your spacing.
No one puts any artillery down except me.
Become the Empire.
The enemy
Unit,
captured the point.
assemble!
For close order!
Troops advance! Follow me!
Well, that was annoying.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, it is.
For the Sultan!
Ay, ay, ay. Ah. Oh well, better luck next time. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's how it goes. We had a very good win streak, and then it ended like this. Oh well. Better luck next time, I guess. Sadly, it means that we won't be getting the 50% in the. So, we played some King of the Castle, and we played some Conqueror's Blade. I think that's a good day for now. Thank you very much everyone who's been here tonight. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for the follows, I really appreciate it. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to be streaming, if I'm going to be streaming at all. I should be normally, but you never know. And yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. We're getting closer to the new season. We have 10 days 11 days left before it starts, so hope you're looking forward for that. We have the pre-season PTR test in 2 days, so there's that also to look forward to. We'll be able to take a look at the new units, and yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. So thank you again very much for coming by, and with that in mind, I wish you all a good night, a good day, whatever it is when you see this, and I hope to see you in the next stream. Bye bye everyone, big heart. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.